What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. What's good? This is your boy, Tone DeShields the second. You guys are locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. Y'all know where my body be. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. This content don't move without you. I'm serious about that when I say that. I'm not just saying that because I like you. I'm not just saying that for my health. I'm saying it because I need you. We need you. The West Coast Savior. We need you to continue to smash that like button. We need you guys to continue to stay active on the channel, man. You guys have been phenomenal thus far. We are approaching 9,000 subscribers quickly. I mean, I feel like we just passed 8,000 not too long ago, and we're approaching 9,000 rather quickly. So pat yourselves on the back. Kudos to you guys. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been spreading the word. You guys have been locking in consistently. You've been active. You've been supporting the channel every which way. We just passed 1,000 followers on TikTok. We're approaching 1,000 followers on Instagram. A lot of you guys are doing phenomenal things for this channel, and I appreciate you guys. So shout out to y'all. I think we just passed 2,000 followers on Twitter or whatever it may be. So shout out to you guys once again for supporting the channel. It doesn't go without saying, you guys just been phenomenal. Let's just call it what it is. But I need you guys to keep it up. Let's call it what it is. You guys got to keep it up. Keep spreading the word about Chalk It Up Sports. Keep spreading this community. Keep spreading good vibes, good energy, man. And make sure above all else, keep it respectful, man. There's so much negativity going out there in the world. So much negativity going on in mass media. So many trolls out there. Let's just try to deliver wholesome content. Let's try to deliver content that we stand by, and we ain't gotta look over our shoulder every time we speak in front of a microphone, man. There's a lot of people out there that put out content, but they can't go outside because of how they talk. Let's call it what it is. You got people out there who do content and they can't go outside because of how they talk, the kind of energy they put out there. Now, with some people, hey, they walk it how they talk it. They ready for whatever come with it. Me, I'd rather live a peaceful existence. I try not to speak on things that I don't really mean or that I don't really have an opinion about. For example, the Bryce Huff situation. I could easily go in on that situation. I could easily go crazy and turn that into a whole hour of deliberation and have a soliloquy well place for you guys, but I'm not going to get into the Bryce Huff stuff. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it, in my humble opinion. I'd rather talk about something a little bit more current or present or productive for the Philadelphia Eagles. I would hate to waste time talking about somebody who couldn't get out their own way in Philadelphia. I'd rather speak on people who were able to figure it out and they're prospering. And the Eagles are benefiting from them prospering. So let's get into it, you guys. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. You can access the content any and everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Twitter. The content is available for you guys, so make sure you guys lock in. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I want to talk to you guys about this Eagles defense. Not the defense as a whole, even though that may come up, but I want to talk to you guys about very intricate pieces to that Eagles defense. And I know a lot of people on the outside looking in like to call the Eagles a super team. You know, the Eagles did have the #1 defense in football last year. That is a fact. But a lot of people like to call the Eagles a super team, right? And, you know, you want to take that as a compliment, but the context in which they use it is disrespectful. But I understand why they think that, though. I mean, when you look at the roster and you look at the talent on the defensive side in particular, I can understand how someone may deem them as super. You got guys like Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jalix Hunt, Zack Baun, Reed Blankenship, Jordan Davis, Moro Jomo, Nakobe Dean, Trotter Jr., Jihaad Campbell, Andrew McCuba, Ty Robinson, Keely Ringo, Thomas Booker IV, right? Aziz Ojolari, Josh Uche, right? I can see how someone looks at this defense and say, yeah, that's a super team. That's a super defense. I can understand it. A lot of talent that I just spoke about. But I want to narrow that down. I want to speak more specifically, more candidly about 4 names in particular. And because I speak about these 4 names, that doesn't mean the other names don't matter. Okay? I want to make sure I preface it with this. Just because I choose to focus on 4 of the guys I mentioned doesn't mean the other guys don't matter. Hope you guys caught that. Make sure you smash that like button. The 4 guys I want to choose to lock in on, the 4 guys I want to choose to focus on today are Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean. I want to focus on those 4 guys today in particular because I think Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean, I believe they are the foundation to this Eagles defense. Someone may say, hey, why not Zack Baun, All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year finalist, Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion? Why not put Zack Baun in that category? Because Zack Baun was a free agent signing. Zack Baun is 28 years old, I believe, 27, 28 years old. He's entering his 6th season in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I got this right here. Zack Baun is entering his 6th season in the NFL, spent 4 years in New Orleans, 1 year in Philly. I want to focus on young guys. I want to focus on guys that were drafted. Hope that makes sense to you guys. I want to focus on guys that were drafted. And again, Quinyon Mitchell, Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, Nolan Smith. Those are the 4 gentlemen we're going to focus on today because I believe they are superstars in the making. Some of them have already proven to be stars. I mean, Jalen Carter has already secured himself an All-Pro selection. 2nd team All-Pro, a Pro Bowl selection as well. But he's an All-Pro. He was a Defensive Rookie of the Year finalist. he was he made the top 12 of Defensive Player of the Year voting. But I look at those guys as not only the now, but I look at those guys as the future of Philadelphia. And I think the overall success of that Eagles defense for the now and future hinges on the success of those four guys. And again, I say, just because I'm focusing on those four guys doesn't mean the other guys don't matter. We know Zack Baun has a tremendous role in his team, Jordan Davis, so on and so forth. But I'm choosing to focus on the core four, the four horsemen of that defense, the young guys, the guys that I believe in the long term will prove to be probably all-time Eagles. Let's start with Jalen Carter. You know what? Let's work our way back. Let's work our way back a little bit. Let's start from the 2024 draft class. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, right? Keep in mind, the Philadelphia Eagles were coming off of the 2023 season where their cornerback play, their defensive back play was atrocious. Darius Slay was the best of the bunch, and he didn't even have his best season. So overall, that Eagles defense was holding on for dear life. The defensive backs were not it whatsoever. They were inconsistent. They weren't tackling well. No one was flying to the ball. It seemed like nobody knew where they were supposed to be consistently. It seemed like some guys just didn't have the legs, a la James Bradbury. The Eagles needed to overhaul that DB room quickly. And they gambled in 2024. They gambled. Going DB, first and second round back-to-back picks, they gambled. Not only that, you draft a cornerback out of Toledo and a corner out of Iowa. Let's call it what it is. You drafted a white corner out of Iowa. That's a gamble in the NFL. Let's call it what it is. Now, the film is the film. You see the guy can play, you draft him, right? Let's not act like it's this game is based on production and results and what the eye test tells you. But Cooper DeJean is not common. Cooper DeJean is not common. Quinyon Mitchell is not common. I think Quinyon Mitchell was the highest drafted player from Toledo in school history. And he was drafted in the first round, I think, in the 20 range, 22nd or 21st, something like that. But you draft those two players because your cornerback room needs not only an injection of talent, but you need youth, you need speed, you need athleticism, you need guys that are willing tacklers, you need guys that are versatile. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean provided that. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean had phenomenal seasons. Cooper DeJean came in week 6, against the Browns. That was his first game. Eagles were 2-2 at the time. They had the week 5 bye. Week 6 comes. Avonte Maddox, sit down. Cooper DeJean, get in. You're in the slot. You're in the nickel. Let's go. And all of a sudden, you saw that defense completely shift, especially over the course of the season. That defense completely turned the page. There were guys playing well, but sometimes when you have a weak link in the chain, the whole chain is compromised. That was Avonte Maddox, unfortunately. Cooper DeJean came in, rectified that instantly. Remember, when the season first started, Quinyon was supposed to start in the slot. Isaiah Rodgers was going to be on the outside. I think Isaiah Rodgers had some kind of hand injury or something like that. So Quinyon Mitchell was tasked with being on the outside, and then Avonte Maddox was going to be on the inside. So Avonte Maddox was never in the plans anyway, but because of an injury, they had him put him back on the inside, Quinyon going the outside. Putting Quinyon on the outside, which is something I wanted from the beginning, ended up making the best sense in the long term. And then eventually Vic Fangio made the executive decision to get Cooper DeJean on the field, which ended up being the right decision in the long term. And so on and so forth. The Eagles were able to reap the benefits of that. These guys were not only productive for the Eagles, but onlookers, other publications were noticing how good these players were. Right? Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean took the league by storm. A corner from Toledo and a white corner from Iowa. Let's take our feelings out of it. That should be a recipe for disaster. That should be a recipe for disaster. But it wasn't. The eye test showed you Quinyon Mitchell could ball. The eye test showed you Cooper DeJean can ball. Those brothers, not only can they ball and not only can they match receivers and do their thing, they're some of the best corners in man coverage, some of the best in zone. They're two of the best tackling corners. They tackle. They're not afraid to hit. They're rangy, speedy, long arms, athletic, can find the ball, can make plays with it. You got two legit diamonds in Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell, phenomenal rookie season, turned it up in the playoffs. Interception in the wild card round against Green Bay. Interception in the NFC Championship game. Turned it up. Cooper DeJean turned it up. Pick 6 in the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes on his birthday. These brothers turned it up. They gave Darius Slay a new lease on life. You know, sometimes when you're the OG, when you're the old head, when you get around them young fellas, man, sometimes you find yourself, you know what I mean? You find yourself, hey, maybe I want to try this a little bit different. Hey, maybe I'm gonna start wearing my hair this way. Hey, maybe I may start picking up the lingo. You feel what I'm saying? Darius Slay was the OG in the building. They all got love for Slay. Shout out to Darius Slay, man. We got love for Slay as well. But they gave Darius Slay a new lease on life. They gave him that extra energy. You know what I mean? They were inspiring Darius Slay. So you got to show love to Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Once again, these guys are on rookie deals. Rookie deals. I didn't even get to Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith yet. We will. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean doing what they did on rookie deals. They are already considered to be top 20 corners in this league. They're already considered to be one of the top corner duos in the league. That's a fact. Both Quinyon and Cooper DeJean, I think, are top 17, top 18 corners according to PFF, right? And they're not law, they're not the Bible, but they're a fun reference point to use, right? People respect it. But Quinyon and Cooper DeJean, they did something that none of us probably expected. We thought they would be good. We expected them to, but damn. They weren't playing like rookies. They don't move like rookies. They don't operate like rookies. They don't talk like rookies. Quinyon Mitchell, low key. Cooper DeJean, ingratiating himself with the culture in Philly. These guys, like Quinyon and Mobay, like these guys have truly become a part of the fabric of Philadelphia. Lunch pail guys, keep your head down, get the work done. And again, I say they're on rookie deals. That can't be overstated. It can't be understated. Those guys are on rookie deals doing what they did. They're entering year 2, and they're already considered to be 2 of the best corners in football. We've seen Quinyon Mitchell run with the best of them. We've seen Cooper DeJean run with the best of them. You feel what I'm saying? Super Bowl champions, their first year. Now they know what that tastes like. They know what that feels like early. They know what success, they know what hard work, they know what preparation looks like early. They know how to win early. That stuff carries over. That stuff don't just go away. They got that championship DNA early. You feel what I'm saying? Let's shift the conversation forward. Let's shift the conversation forward. Shout out to my man Alex with the super chat. Alex with the $1.99. Thank you, Al. He says PFF had Q and Coop number 1 and 2 in man-to-man minimum 100 snaps. That's crazy. That's crazy. That should tell you everything. We know Vic Fangio likes to use a lot of zone, but these guys can run in man too. This ain't about nothing. Shout out to Al with the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Let's move the conversation forward, right? We spoken about Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean and how spectacular they were, right? You know, neither player was able to register an interception during the regular season. But they had their fair share of pass breakups, their fair share of great tackles in open space. They were healthy. What else? But the playoffs come, you see Cooper DeJean, 4 games played, 1 interception, 4 pick six, 4 pass deflections, a fumble recovery, 18 tackles, 12 solo. You had Quinyon Mitchell in the playoffs, 4 games played, 2 interceptions, 4 pass deflections, 14 total tackles, 12 solo. These guys were playing their man. Ball skills were on a beam. These guys were deflecting the ball, taking the ball away, created 3 turnovers between those 2 gentlemen. 3 turnovers. Like those 2 guys generated 3 turnovers in that playoff run. I mean, turnovers came from elsewhere. To Orrin Burks forced a turnover. Will Shipley forced a turnover. Zack Baun forced turnovers. Jalen Carter. I think Nolan Smith forced a turnover. So let's move the conversation forward, right? I've already said their names. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. We've addressed Quinyon and Cooper DeJean's magnitude and what they've done for the Philadelphia Eagles and how important their success has been, especially being at high-value positions. Cornerback is such an important position in football. Some of your best players on his defense are sitting at high-value, high-leverage positions. Jalen Carter, D tackle, the heart of your defense. Nolan Smith, edge rusher. Those are cornerstone pieces to your defensive line. Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith are part of the same draft class. Isn't that funny? Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, same draft class. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, same draft class. Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, same draft class. But Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, those 2 brothers, man, oh man, Jalen Carter came out the gate hot, kind of tapered off a bit on the back half of his rookie season, but then his second season, his conditioning was off the charts. Jalen Carter's conditioning in year 2 was off the charts. The entire defense's conditioning, by the way, was off the charts. Let's call it what it is. The entire defense. But Jalen Carter, this man, 6'3", 314 pounds, 24 years old right now. He just turned 24 in April. But during the season, being 23, this brother played in all 16 games, started in 15 of the games, 4.5 sacks, 42 total tackles, 25 solo, 12 TFLs, 16 quarterback hits, 2 forced fumbles, 6 pass deflections. This man was everywhere. Jalen Carter was everywhere. I'm willing, honestly, if you ask me, I think his second season was better than his first season. I know you look at the sacks and say 6 sacks is more than 4.5, but I look at Jalen Carter and I say to myself, hey, yo, okay, he didn't get 6 sacks like he did his rookie year. He got 4.5, but his rookie year, he had 8. He had 8 TFLs. In 2024, he comes back with 12 TFLs. So he added 4 more TFLs, but he took away 1.5 sacks. In my opinion, I put TFLs in the same vein as sacks. That's my humble opinion. Some people may not look at it like that, but I do. You tackle somebody for a loss, you kill the down, they lose yards, you got to make them regroup. Down and distance has completely changed their game plan. Jalen Carter was affecting game plans. Nolan Smith affecting game plans. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean affecting game plans. Again, I say, 2024, he had 12 TFLs. 2023, he had 8. In 2024, he had 4.5 sacks. In 2023, he had 6. But here's where it really goes to another level for me. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I apologize if you guys are experiencing any sort of connectivity issues. Wi-Fi is a little up and down right now. But for me, when I look at Jalen Carter, it's not even just the sacks that get me excited. It's not even just the TFLs or the forced fumbles, right? He had 2 forced fumbles. Second team All-Pro, like Pro Bowler. he did so much that was spectacular, right? But for me, he had, oh, by the way, 16 quarterback hits in 2024 compared to the 9 quarterback hits he had in 2023. What stands out to me, when you look at his stat line, is the 6 pass deflections. 6 pass deflections from a defensive tackle. Seriously. 6 pass deflections. Cooper DeJean had 6 pass deflections during the regular season. Quinyon Mitchell had 12. Your D tackle, your superstar defensive tackle, Jalen Carter, has 6 pass deflections from the line of scrimmage. That speaks volumes about this brother's instincts. That speaks volumes about this brother's ability to track the ball and just have a feel for the game. That speaks to his ability to get off blocks. That speaks to his patience. He's affecting the game. Affecting the game in every which way. Hey, guess what? I'm gonna bull rush you. I'm gonna go through your chest. If I can't get around you, I'm gonna go through you. If I can't get through you, guess what? Hey, quarterback, you better not throw that ball near me because I'm waiting for you. That's the thing about him. There are guys in this league that when their first move fails, they don't have any counters. Or if their counter move fails, then they're just going to continue to rush with reckless abandon, losing gap discipline, and so on and so forth. Not Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter says, hey, if I can't, I'm going to try to go around you. Or I can't go around you, I'm going to go through you. Or I can't go through you, I'm going to go over you. I'm affecting this game somehow, some way. I'm leaving here with something. You got to put Nolan Smith in that category. But before I start talking crazy with Nolan Smith, before I start really giving Nolan Smith his flowers, right? Another thing we got to speak on with Jalen Carter. This brother played 84% of the snaps. 84% of the snaps. How? He played 831 defensive snaps. 831. 831 defensive snaps. He barely left the field. Barely. Smash that like button, y'all. Please smash that like button. Thank you, Alex, for your super chat, brother. I really appreciate you. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you guys got all the options in the world. Super chat, super stickers, do your thing, man. I appreciate y'all. It's all love. Jalen Carter, from his rookie season to his second season, his rookie year, he played 563 defensive snaps. That's 51%. In 2024, he played 831 defensive snaps. That's 84%. Remarkable. Remarkable, man. Jalen Carter is a superstar. And he's going to be one of the highest paid defensive players in the NFL. Just give it a year or two. He's entering year 3 now, so the talks have already begun. Then you get the Nolan Smith, somebody who did not get a fair shake in his rookie year. I want to make that very clear. He did not get a fair shake his rookie year. Nolan Smith's rookie year played in all 17 games but got no starts, and the brother only played 188 defensive snaps. That's 16% of what was available to him. The coaches in 2023 didn't know how to get the young guys on the field. They didn't know how. But year 2 comes. Year 2 comes. And Nolan Smith takes it to another level. And he stepped his game up whenever he was called upon. Bryce Huff gets hurt. Hey, Nolan, we need you to step it up. You need more snaps. Got you, coach. Hey, Nolan, BG goes down. We're not going to see him into the Super Bowl. We need you to step your weight up. Hey, got you, coach. Let me just put this in perspective for you guys real quick. Again, we're showing love to the four horsemen of that defense. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. We're showing love to the four horsemen today. Nolan Smith's rookie season, even though his numbers don't mean much because he didn't play much, but we're just sort of put it in perspective. 2023, played in all 17 games, despite, believe it or not, Nolan Smith, has an injury history, and we hear funny things about his injury history, but the dude still is active for the games. Nolan Smith, 2023, his rookie year, 17 games played, 18 total tackles, 10 solo, 1 TFL, 3 quarterback hits, 1 sack. Not impressive. Not impressive for a guy who played in all 17 games, but just didn't get the snaps. Not impressive. Let's get to the 2024 season now, where he upped the ante, upped the level, upped the score. Call it what it is. By the way, his rookie year, he also had a half a sack. Had a half a sack in the wild card round. 4 total tackles, 1 solo, 1 quarterback hit. Don't want to shortchange him there. But 2024, 16 games played, 10 starts, 42 total tackles, 21 solo tackles, 11 quarterback hits, 8 TFLs, 6.5 sacks, 2 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. He was everywhere, affecting the game. I'm going to get you pass deflections, coach. I'm going to get you sacks, coach. I'm going to also get you TFLs. Let's add this up real quick. 15 times this year, Nolan Smith was able to get in the backfield and disrupt the quarterback or disrupt the ball carrier. Jalen Carter, 16.5 times, 17 times. He was able to get in the backfield and affect the quarterback and affect the ball carrier for a loss. So essentially, between Jalen, and we're talking just regular season right now, between Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, because we got 15 here, and we got 17 here. 15 and 17. 15 plus 17, that's 32. 32 times those two brothers was able to get in the backfield and tackle a quarterback or a ball carrier for a loss. And the combination of Nolan and Jalen Carter is magnifique. The way they're able to bounce off each other, the way they play off each other, the way they communicate their chemistry. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I didn't even get to the playoffs yet. That's where they really upped the score. I didn't even get to the playoffs yet. But again, Nolan Smith took it to a whole nother level his second season. Went from playing 188 defensive snaps his rookie year to 546 snaps. Let's get to the playoffs real quick. Let's get to the playoffs. Because again, I speak about these 4 guys because this defense is built for the now, built for the future. They're built for today. They're built for tomorrow. They're built for it. They're built to win championships. They understand what it takes. They got the DNA. They got the keys. They got the answers now. They got the aura. They got it. They got it. Quinyon, Coop, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. I could go on and on, but I'm focusing on those 4 brothers. I'm focusing on them. Because those four players capitalize the importance of the 2 previous draft classes. Again, the 2024 and the 2023 draft class, they're like Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and Jalen Carter, and Nolan Smith. They're the exclamation points to those draft classes. They define the draft class. But the playoffs get here. The playoffs. Let's start with Nolan Smith in the playoff. Nolan Smith in the playoffs, y'all. Peep game. Played in all 4 games, 4 starts. This brother has 16 total tackles, 7 solo, 4 TFLs, 5 quarterback hits, 4 sacks. 1 forced fumble. Come on, man. He led the team. Led the team in sacks in the playoffs. Jalen Carter comes into the fold. You know what Jalen Carter does in the playoffs? Hey, no worries. Let's discuss it real quick. 4 games played, 4 starts, 9 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 TFLs, 7 quarterback hits, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 3 pass deflections, affecting the game in more ways than one. Jalen Carter saved our season. Blew up Matthew Stafford and the Rams while they were at the 20-yard line ready to score. Sacked them for a loss of 8 yards, 7 yards, something like that. And then he managed to get through the line again, disrupting the connection between Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua. Jalen Carter put the team on his back when it mattered most. That's championship DNA. That's why you draft a guy like that. A guy who's been there before. A guy who understands how to empty the gas tank. A guy who knows how to play his best. You see, when we lost Hassan Reddick, we lost the finisher. What made Hassan Reddick so special was his ability to finish games. That's one thing we were concerned about. Losing Hassan Reddick and losing that closer. And I know some people look at, hey, go get TJ Watt, go get this guy, that guy. They're going to take the defensive line to another level. They're not bad players you guys are talking about. But what I'm saying here is we got a closer on this roster right now on a rookie deal. Jalen Carter's ability to disrupt the action, his ability to close games and be a high-impact player in high-leverage moments cannot be quantified. We all watched those games. We watched those games live. We saw that the Rams were driving. Jalen Carter up the score. And he said, nah, I ain't ready to go home yet. I ain't ready to go home yet. You better double team him. You better double team him. But then you're picking your poison because Nolan Smith does what he does. I think Nolan Smith is going to get 10 sacks this year, 10 plus. I do. I think Nolan Smith is going to have his first double-digit sack season. I really do. I think Jalen Carter is going to go crazy this year. I really, really do. And you got guys that are stepping up as leaders. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. These guys are stepping up. They know how to steady the ship. They know how to steady the ship. They're never too high, never too low. What Howie Roseman was able to accomplish. Drafting Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean in 2024 and drafting Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith in 2023. He's done something quite remarkable. He's done something quite uncanny. He's done something that's really difficult to replicate. Very difficult to replicate. And honestly, if I want to take it a step further, if I really want to, I could go to the 2022 draft. If I really want to, I could go beyond the first 2 picks of each of those draft classes and say, you know what? 2024, you draft Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and Jalen Hunt your first 3 picks. Home run. Home run. Oh, 2023, you draft Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, and Tyler Steen your first 3 picks. Home run. Home run. 2022, you draft Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, and Nakobe Dean your first 3 picks. I would say home run. Home run. In 2021, you want to go a step further? 2021, you draft Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, and Milton Williams in your first 3 picks. Home run. Home freaking run. In 2020, You draft Jalen Hurts in the second round. Obviously, Jalen Reagor and Davion Taylor didn't amount to anything. But you find your franchise quarterback that delivers you a Super Bowl and he wins Super Bowl MVP. Home run. Home run. So all I'm trying to say is, right, just bringing it back to the four guys I mentioned, this Eagles defense is in good shape. They're in great shape. And frankly, with those four guys on your defense, after that, you kind of just filling in the gaps with strong core depth pieces. You know, core guys. They may not be superstars, but they're reliable. They're steady. You know what I mean? Quinyon, Coop, Nolan Smith, and Jalen Carter. Those four guys are playmakers. They're your four playmakers. And again, I'm not even talking about Zack Baun yet. Like, I didn't even get to Zack Baun. I mean, but, you know, we didn't draft him, so I'm not really including him in this conversation. But you know what I mean? This defense is good. You know, you got some mystery pieces that still have to prove their weight in gold. Azeez Ojulari, you got to find out if he still has it. You know, the safety position is a little bit in flux. Is Reed Blankenship going to get his money? Right? What are they going to pay him? You know, what's the next step for Jalen Hunt? Keely Ringo, will he take the next step? You know, there are questions about the team. Don't get it twisted. Just like any other organization, there's questions everywhere in the league. Every team is trying to answer questions this offseason, going into the regular season. But I think the Philadelphia Eagles are in prime position to answer all those questions. I think when those questions arise, they're astute enough, they're prepared enough to answer those questions. That's what I think. You know, that's where I'm at. And like my man Khalil Wilson said, you're not going to have 11 Hall of Famers on your defense. He's right. You're not going to have 11 Hall of Famers on your defense. You're not going to have 11 Pro Bowls or 11 All Pros. You need to have your core pieces, you know, your core guys that are your high impact, your high production players, and then you fill your roster up with inexpensive or reasonably priced you know, above average players. You know, guys that can fit into a system, guys that can do their jobs, right? Let's really go through that defense. Really, like the Eagles' defense was different, obviously, because you had so many guys making plays in different games. But you know, you have guys like Moro Ojomo, right? Moro Ojomo wasn't a star, but you saw his impact. You know he's a quality player that fits. Milton Williams wasn't a star. I mean, he was a star on the night of the Super Bowl, but he wasn't a star, but he made an impact. You saw his impact. You saw his value. I think he had like 5 or 6 sacks, something like that, in the regular season. Who else? Reed Blankenship made plays. You know, like it wasn't like you're not going to have your whole team's not going to be Pro Bowls or superstars, but can you build a quality enough roster around your core pieces? And I think Howie Roseman has done a phenomenal job at that. I really do. And then you add in Jihaad, Campbell, Andrew McCuba, and Ty Robinson to this conversation. Those 3 guys are poised to be spectacular talents for the Philadelphia Eagles. Between Quinyon Mitchell, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Cooper DeJean, stars were born. Stars were born. These brothers got the keys now. And they got Vic Fangio leading them. Sheesh. Sheesh. What a time. What a time to be alive, you guys. What a time to be alive. But listen, we're going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been phenomenal. You guys have been great. You know, we're not going to stick around too long. I don't want to wear out my welcome. You know, it's the off season. And let's just say the well is running dry, but we're going to always find things to talk about. Let's just call it what it is. That's what we do here. We get creative with it, you know. And guess what? Even if we ain't got nothing controversial to talk about, we're going to show love. We're going to talk about what is and what ain't. You know what I mean? And last thing, because Trenton Wright said something that really sparked something. He said Vic is the perfect leader for this young group. And guess what? Guess what, Trenton? They're the perfect young group for him. Because you got some guys in his league that are uncoachable. They're prissy. They have preferences in how they want this thing to go. They're sensitive and they don't want to work too hard. They don't like box drills. This Eagles team, this young Eagles defense immediately ingratiated themselves with Vic Fangio and what he needed from them. Nolan Smith bought in. Jalen Carter bought in, right? Quinyon and Coop bought in. But it only works when you have the right coaching staff that people believe in. Vic Fangio got the juice, got the equity, got the aura, right? You bring in Clint Hurt, a man that demands respect. You bring in Christian Parker, a man that understands the youth, that demands respect. You bring in Bobby King to coach your inside linebackers. You bring in Joe Casper to coach your safeties. You bring in Roy Anderson to help Christian Parker coach your corners. You have Jeremiah Washburn to coach your off-ball linebackers and edge rushers. This team, this coaching staff, and the personnel, the players, they are a hand-in-glove fit. Hand-in-glove fit. It's so important to remain coachable, especially through conflict, because that defense was coming off of a rough season in 2023. Remarkable, man. Just remarkable. And it all amounted to the number one defense. It all amounted to a Super Bowl championship. And the defense, we think, in large part for the result. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell. Shout out to Jalen Carter. Shout out to Nolan Smith. Shout out to Cooper DeJean. Those are your four horsemen. They are the future, the now, the today, the future, the tomorrow of your Philadelphia Eagles defense. And it's straight like that. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Shout out to my man Alex with the $4.99 super chat. He says, and then Howie has 7 picks in the first 4 rounds of next year's draft. Come on, man. Howie is cooking with fish grease. He having the fish fry. You feel me? We appreciate y'all for locking in on the content. You guys have truly been phenomenal. Check out the content on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. The content is always available on there, especially if you're on the road. On top of that, make sure you guys always check out the clips, the videos, the shorts, the reaction videos, the live streams. Watch the playbacks on YouTube. You guys have been phenomenal. So I really do appreciate all you guys locking in. We're approaching 9,000 subscribers. We just passed 8,000 not too long ago. We're approaching 9,000 subs on YouTube. We just passed 1,000 followers on TikTok. We're approaching 1,000 followers on Instagram. We just passed, I believe, 2,000 followers on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not wrong when I say that. I hope I'm not being overzealous. But, you know, we're growing here at Chalk It Up Sports, and I have no one to thank but you guys, my family, friends, my wife, you know, God. You know, you guys have truly been great. Anthony Perry with the super chat. He's with the $2 super chat, excuse me. He says, Bird's aura is real. Absolutely, big dog. The aura is real. The vibes are electric. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. We ain't come here for second place. We ain't come here just to show up. We ain't come here for a good time. We came here to fuck shit up. It's just that simple. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace, love, and prosperity. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. You guys have been tuned in to Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.